Hey, I'm Bernadette Mack, and I am live, and I've put this off as long as I possibly can. Definitely not something I ever thought I'd be doing. But I am coming to you live because I am a coach and consultant to nonprofit leaders, and I really want to reach the leaders of small to medium nonprofit organizations at this time to really talk about how to move forward and how to reset. So, just a quick few things about resetting. This has been a crazy year for everyone, regardless of what type of nonprofit organization you work for, what industry you're in. Undoubtedly, things have shifted and changed. You've either been in a holding pattern, not being able to provide services the way you normally do, or you've been like really inundated with a lot of work and a lot of need and more of an emergent situation, or maybe someplace in between where you've been sitting back watching, trying to be steady, keep up with what's happening. If you have members or people that you provide services to, and you're watching and seeing that the way that you're servicing people and doing your work is starting to shift. So no matter what type of situation you're coming from, this is really a time to reassess. I'm sure that you've been doing that little by little all along, but we're coming up now to the holiday season, the end of the year, a time when people naturally want to close things down and then restart with something fresh. And so at this time, it's a great opportunity to start thinking about how you can really reset, whether that's for your own personal self, for your mind, how you approach your work, how you're going to deal with all of the new challenges and things going forward, and then also for your organization itself. How can you get that energy and vision and that focus for the future to really be able to meet people where they are now in this new normal and address the needs of people that you serve, whether that's members that you're trying to still attract and keep, or it's people that you serve with immediate need type of things, or anything in between. So thinking about resetting and refocusing, there's a couple of, or one simple way to really start that process, and not getting into all of the personal things that go along with it, because nonprofit organizations, there are a lot of commonalities about how they're all dealing with different areas of the pandemic and everything else that's going on in the US today and around the world. But for the leaders, the people who lead nonprofits, their experiences are very much personal and personalized, individualized, based on the type of people they are, what they have going on in their actual lives, and so on. So in order to sort of set aside all of that and really look at going back to the basics is a way to start this resetting process. So when I'm talking about the basics, I'm talking about the things I like to talk about a lot, which is the 3 B's, the bylaws, the board, and the budget. So with the bylaws at this time, always you should be looking at reviewing your bylaws on a regular basis. I'm sure that's something that's in your processes already, but now a whole bunch of stuff has just happened. Maybe your organization feels like it's in a snow globe that's been shaken up and you're waiting for everything to settle so you can figure out what's next. There are probably places that you're going to be shifting, and do your bylaws reflect how you want to do business in the future, how you need to do business in the future. Are there changes that need to be made? This is a time to do that now. So starting out with the bylaws. The board. This is not the time to have added drama or people problems. Things at times like this, things that were a problem before tend to get worse. And in this case, maybe because you haven't been meeting in person, you possibly have had a lot less engagement from your board. So just thinking about really basically with the board, you need to have the right partners to move forward once you've reassessed and refocused and made a plan for the future. So at this time, you want to think about how you can engage the right people on your board and help the wrong people to exit, so that when you're moving forward fresh, you can do that with the right partners. And then for the budget, I'm sure that there are a million budget concerns that you've had every day since the start of this. Maybe you were in a tough position before everything started. That's a challenge, but there's no doubt that right now you need to be looking at your budget and wondering, am I using the right model at this time? Maybe your goals for next year look a lot different than what you anticipated them to, and you're having to shift the way that you operate and spend, and so the whole nonprofit breaking even budget is not always the best strategy to use. So having the right partners in the sense of having the right financial partners to help you figure out what you need to do with your budget going forward is another great way. So we're talking about getting back to the basics, the board, the budget, the bylaws, as a starting ground for resetting, restarting, and getting refocused and hopefully re-energized, so that no matter what 2021 is bringing your way, you've got some sort of game plan you're feeling good about, and you're leaving some of that crazy behind. So if you are into these topics and you want to talk more in depth or hear more in depth about them, I will be on a masterclass, which is apparently the fancy new term for webinars, because nobody wants any more webinars. But we're doing a reset masterclass on how to refocus and re-energize your nonprofit organization now. That's happening next week. So if you go to BernadetteMack.com/reset masterclass, there are 3 dates and times that you can choose, and you can jump on that and we'll talk even more in depth about how to reset and move forward. So that's my first live. It's over. Take care. Hope to see you on the masterclass.